The Haiti We Know, a Healing Haiti podcast. All right, welcome to a very special Christmas episode on the podcast. I'm pretty excited about this episode because we're going to talk with people who've spent time in Haiti at Christmas and talk about stories of being there, talk about what they know about traditions that happen at Christmas time, especially around our kids at Grace Village. Joining me today, all the way from Haiti/Kentucky, is Alicia, our long-term missionary. Welcome.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Yes. So welcome to Minnesota.
Thank you. It's freezing.
So those of you in Minnesota know what the weather's like the week before Christmas.
Oh my gosh. Oh, so much snow.
Yep, we gave her the full Minnesota treatment.
Yeah,
from
I'm not used to it.
Rain to wind to snow to ice. We gave you it all.
Yeah,
So
I've gotten the full array of the weather this week.
you're welcome. By
Oh,
the way, you're
thank
welcome. So tell us a little bit about what you know about Haiti at Christmas. What do you have for me?
Well, it's really different than the States. Christmas is not their major holiday. Their major holiday is New Year's going into January 1st because that's their Independence Day. So really Christmas is like just a day that's leading up to that big celebration, which is just interesting. For me and my family, at least, Christmas is our major holiday. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, it's been very different to be around and not see all the decorations and see all the things. But that's also why I like being a part of Healing Haiti, because we still share that time of celebration and that acknowledgement of the season with our Haitian staff and with our kids at Grace. And we still do Christmas parties with our staffs, and those are always super fun. And we do a huge Christmas celebration with our Grace kids, which is wonderful. But you'll see things too, like I've been up to the Elite around Christmas time, and they do decorate, and that's so fun to see, like palm trees and have this like tropical climate, and then there's Christmas lights and a Christmas tree. It's like, that's interesting to see.
Very fun.
Oftentimes end of year celebrations for our staffs are marked by, like, we'll go to a restaurant, or for our Grace staff, they'll usually combine it with the kids to an extent. Like, I know last year, when things in the country were kind of starting to get rocky, Emmanuel, our director, did a wonderful job of planning this big celebration for the staff, and they had a really nice fancy meal up at Grace, and they had one separately for our staff and our volunteers, and then they had the kids celebration after that, which was great because it gave the adults the chance to let loose and celebrate and enjoy, and then our kids got to also feel celebrated and loved. The other thing they do a lot of times at the end of the year are these recognitions and awards. Anybody who's worked with Haitians in any kind of a training capacity knows a certificate is a huge deal. You cannot have a seminar, you cannot have a lecture without a certificate showing that you completed this.
The only thing that beats a certificate is a badge.
Oh gosh. Yes. We love that. We love the recognition of what we've done, and they do certificates, and they'll get them framed and nice, and like, it's a really special time for our staffs. I'm sad that I'm not in Haiti for Christmas for things like that sometimes. I love being home with my family for Christmas because it's a big deal for my family, but I don't know, that's really special for our staffs, and it's fun to see that that's oftentimes led by our Haitian directors. They're the ones planning it. They're the ones making it special. They're the ones showing the staff that they're appreciated and loved. And even though I hate not being there, I love that it's not coming from Alicia. It's coming from John or Patrick or Emmanuel or Brune. Like, I love that. I think that's super cool.
Yeah. So interesting that, so New Year's, their Independence Day is the big celebration, the big party time. It actually sounds kind of amazing for Christmas to be quiet.
Yeah.
And to be just family and just at home and just be a kind of like nice, quiet, intimate.
It's just a
celebration.
Day. Yeah. And they acknowledge it. The population is largely Christian, and so they do acknowledge what it means. They acknowledge what the season is about. They celebrate the birth of Jesus, But it's different. I mean, you hear a lot of the talk in America about how it's commercialized and it's gifts and it's Santa and it's those things here. It is not that in Haiti. But it is an acknowledgement still. They'll have a nice meal. Everyone's off work and things are shut down. So they'll sit together and maybe they'll do a gift or two, but it's just not the same as in America. And it is just quiet and it's kind of, you're right. It's beautiful in its own way. New Year's is not quiet. New Year's is super fun. New Year's is fireworks because it's Independence Day. Think about it here. July 4th, we do fireworks. They do fireworks on New Year's Eve leading into Independence Day, which is huge.
Good. Thanks for sharing your story about Christmas in Haiti.
I love it.
All right. Then we'll move on to the next one.
Okay.
This portion of the program is recorded by Jake Stebbing, our long-term missionary, working and living in Haiti currently, and his reflections on Christmas at Grace Village, Christmas with the staff, and some of the traditions that happen in Haiti at this time of the year.
My name is Jake Stebbing. Some of my favorite Christmas memories in Haiti are spent up at Grace Village. One of them, it was kind of funny. Somebody had donated a full Santa costume, beard, hat, the whole get-up, boots. And so I thought it'd be fun to dress up and hand out some gifts to the kids and just be silly, take some photos, and just kind of spread some Christmas cheer. Well, Haiti is still fairly warm during Christmas. So a good 15 minutes into it, I was already sweating bullets, and the kids were yanking on my beard, and it was super fun and silly, but I was just like dying with sweat. And one of the transition boys kind of picked up on that, and he was like, I actually kind of wanted to be Santa. Would you mind if I put on the Santa outfit? And I was like, yes, please. So we switched spots and he put on the full Santa gear and came back down, and the kids were just dying. They thought it was so fun and funny, and he spent a good hour making sure kids got photos and as he handed out the gifts. And it was just one of those moments that was super special and near and dear to kind of everybody there. Having one of the older kids just bring that cheer to the younger kids, and kind of something that's cemented in my memory for sure.
Next, we're going to hear from Becky and Gary Nelson, a family that's been connected with Healing Haiti for over a decade. They spent multiple Christmases in Haiti, and they're going to talk about when Grace Village was opened for the very first time, and bringing the kids up to live there. And something I, after all these years of going to Haiti, did not realize that the opening of Grace Village happened on Christmas Eve. So just imagine how special that Christmas was.
2011 was our first Christmas in Haiti.
Oh, okay.
And
so in 2010, you started building the orphanage, right? And our plan for Christmas was, if the orphanage was going to open, we thought it'd be a great idea to go there. We gave the option to the kids if that's what they wanted to do.
Right.
That's how I remember it.
Right. And I would say our kids were mixed about it, but were willing to go. And I just remember all the preparation before we went. We just thought of American things, like we need Christmas cookies, and we made homemade cookies and put them in tins, and we need a Christmas tree, and we need ornaments. And I just remember that we had pictures of each of the kids sent to us, and then of course we got all the supplies for them to make ornaments. And so we really went with the lens of America when we went there, and we headed off. And there was a team of us, and like Gary said, the Grace Village was about to open. And the children that were going to be brought up to Grace were in an orphanage outside of City Soleil. And then there was another one in Titanier. And so these children that were going to experience Grace Village lived in a house where they had bunk beds and there was no mattresses. They slept on cardboard on the springs, or they slept in cardboard on the concrete floor. And they didn't really have a kitchen, and their bathroom was pretty much just a hole in the ground. And I just remember when we first arrived up there, we had a container sent before us, and we made 50-some beds with new sheets and handmade quilts and pillows and beautiful mattresses from one of our partners that had donated that and the bunk beds. And just in preparation was so exciting for all of us. And my kids just loved it. Each child had their own name on their bed, their own Bible. They had clothes in a container that was stuck underneath the beds so that they could have their own private space to put their clothes or anything they wanted to in a bin with their name on it. And I just remember the anticipation of them coming up to Grace Village. Like, what was this going to be like for them? And so we all headed down to City Soleil to pick up the kids at Guillaume's orphanage, and just them saying goodbye to their friends, neighbors that they had played with, really getting on this bus. I remember my daughter saying that there was such mixed emotions. Some of the kids looked really afraid, mixed about where they were going because they were so comfortable where they were at. They had no idea what was ahead of them. And then the most of the team went ahead. And so by the time the top came with the kids from the orphanage, most of us were there waiting for them. And I just remember in the distance, as they rumbled up the incline to Grace Village, we could hear them screaming and singing and so excited. And then when they pulled up, the kids were in awe, and the bus doors opened, and they just ran to this beautiful playground that somebody donated, just situated in the center of Grace Village. And they ran and they went down the slides and they swang, and one memory from somebody on the team said, one of the boys said, "This is paradise." And so those were some of our initial memories of that first Christmas trip.
It was Christmas Eve, the 24th of December. 24th of December. And before that, the preparations, when we decided to make it a little bit Americanized, we had to get a Christmas tree. So we thought. So we went to the Goodwill and we found an old fake Christmas tree and brought it home. And when we decided that we would take it with us, it wouldn't fit in a hockey bag. So we had to cut holes in both ends of the hockey bag to get the Christmas tree in and put it on the airplane and hope that it survived, which it did. And the good thing is it didn't need a lot of watering. And so we got the tree up, we got the ornaments up, and also in addition, all the preparations Becky mentioned, making Christmas cookies. We made a ton of Christmas cookies at our house, and we were afraid that those would get crushed in our luggage. So we carried all of the Christmas trees onto the airplane as our carry-ons.
Christmas cookies, yeah.
Christmas cookies, did I say Christmas trees? Our Christmas cookies ended up being our carry-on luggage so that they wouldn't break.
So if you got there and your luggage didn't make it, all you had was cookies.
Oh, we had a lot of cookies for the kids if we got to Haiti without any clothes.
Well, in retrospect, even today when we talk about it, they say hands down that was their most favorite Christmas. And they've always wanted to go back, so we went back the next year for Christmas, and we had been there for a few Thanksgivings. But I think what it did for my kids is they were humbled by just the needs of these children were so minimal, and the joy was so great. And I think their whole perception of Christmas and the gifts and the American way. They wanted very little to do with that. I think they walked away from that whole experience just super grateful and more generous. And I'm sure there was some guilt too, but we talked about that. And I think it's what you do with that going forward.
Beautiful. I think one of the things I recall when the kids got to the orphanage and they started to settle in, one of the first things they wanted to do was to take a shower. They had never taken showers before. And Jeff and I were in the bathroom trying to hang up the last of the towel holders. And these boys are running in, ripping their clothes off, and jumping into the shower. Multiple kids in the shower, in one shower, under one shower head, and screaming like they're going to a swimming pool or something. I'm not sure, but the whole shower experience was something I never forgot. And I'm sure that our kids, and these showers were cold. They did not have hot water. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that our kids, all of our kids take showers, and we take showers for granted. These kids had never had a shower before.
I just remember the evening that all the kids came to the feeding center because it was going to be their Christmas meal, and the women cooked all day long to prepare for the kids as we celebrated Christmas with them in the feeding center. And that's where we put the Christmas tree and we lit it up, and that's where they made ornaments with their face on it. But that evening was super special because our kids were able to call up each child at a time, and they would come up and receive a gift. And I think not only the kids from Grace were so thrilled and thankful, but I think that was really life-changing for our kids to give these children that really had nothing. And they were so grateful and sweet about it. I just remember that was just a really special time to take each child from Grace Village and invite them up by the Christmas tree and gift them. We all considered it a privilege. I think that's what my daughter Allie said. She just felt it was a privilege to take part in this part of the children's life, to move them into their new home, to share the Christmas story with them, to just be with them, be their friends. These friendships that we started back in 2010 are still there today, and our kids still connect with the kids that first started at Grace Village. So
still communicate with them.
I would say the takeaway is we will never forget the children there, and we continue to go back when we can. And we always reminisce about it at Christmas time. Even this year, we've talked already about just being there. And my youngest said, I wish we were there, Mom. I wish we were in Haiti. When can we go back?
Yeah. They probably, I know our kids still talk about those kids, and I'll bet those kids haven't forgotten the American kids that came down and spent Christmas, a couple Christmases and a couple Thanksgivings with them.
Oh.
Joyeux Noel.
Merry Christmas. We wish we were there with you. And we
will return to Haiti for Christmas.
And just know that you are prayed over, that you are loved, and you are remembered, and you matter. And you are valued, most importantly, by the Savior of the world that came. And that's why we celebrate Christmas. And you all know that. That's what I loved about bringing the children up to Grace Village, is that they then had an opportunity to attend church and learn about the Lord, and they attended a Christian school, and what an opportunity for them.
All right, next story. We're here with my wife Therese and Elisa. Therese, who's been to Haiti a million times. Elisa, who lived in Haiti for how many years did you live in Haiti?
I lived in Haiti for 5 years.
5 years. 5 years. So you've spent a few holidays.
Just a few,
Haiti.
yeah.
A lot. So let's talk a little bit. So we're talking about Christmas stories, But because Therese is here, I think we should talk about that Thanksgiving story. I want you two to talk about the time we all spent Thanksgiving together in Haiti and how much fun it was.
I love it. That's great.
Well, my very first trip to Haiti was at Thanksgiving because Mike had been going down for a few times. And he was trying to get me to go down, and I was nervous about it. He goes, "We've been invited down for Thanksgiving, so we'll go and we'll have Thanksgiving, and we'll go do some serving things."
No. She said, Haiti is your thing.
That's right. I did say that. I did say that. Haiti's your thing. I'm good. I'll just stay home and take care of the farm. But we went down. Elisa invited us down, and our whole family went, and we just had the best time.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. First of all, as a marriage and family therapist, you guys are right. You each have your own thing. You have farm. The other person has Haiti. It's like perfect. You guys, actually, it's a session. This is what we
got a gold star today.
You got a gold star. You did great. I think so. Thanksgiving in Haiti is my favorite. I love Thanksgiving anyway. But I think what was so fun to have different families together. We had one of our board members' families. My family was there, and the Stoebners. I think the really cool thing was bringing traditions that we have in the U.S. to Haiti. And then all of our staff were big fans of it because it's a lot of food. And so they got to join in on it. I think your high school daughter brought the turkey in her backpack, right? Because
She was like 12.
Yeah, okay, so she was 12. She was 12, and yes, she smuggled the turkey on in her backpack or in her luggage. I don't remember which, but we weren't sure if it was going to come. The interesting thing is, while we were on the plane, we were not the only people bringing frozen turkeys to Haiti, and everybody who came down brought stuff with because you just can't get some of that food in Haiti. There's no way to get cranberries or I think even the stuffing we brought down.
Yes.
That kind of stuff. But so that was fun. It was fun eating with everybody. But it was the most fun, and it is for everybody, was doing water truck, right? So the first time you go on water truck and the craziness of it and the heat of it and the emotion of it. We did it on Thanksgiving Day. It really brings Thanksgiving kind of all the way full circle.
Yeah, I completely agree because there's so much to be thankful for, and we talk about it from an American's perspective. But yeah, being in Haiti and serving, absolutely, what a great time to be in Haiti. I think something that's really neat too is you realize there's so many things you don't need. In America, we have Thanksgiving, and then the next day is Black Friday, so it's like you change real quickly. So it's neat to be there for the whole experience. So I think one of my favorite things about holidays is that time that we get together with people, which is super fun. It's sometimes hard in the States when everybody's so busy and you have things to get back to. And so it's nice when you're in Haiti together and you can just be there all together throughout the week. So that was super fun.
Okay, so that's our diversion into Thanksgiving a little bit before Christmas, our Christmas stories. But I know that you spent a lot of years in Haiti and a lot of Christmases. So hit us with your good Christmas stories. I know you have some.
Yes, I do have a few. I should say too, I'm like a holiday, I just love all holidays. So for me, my first holiday in Haiti that I really did a good job of celebrating, I feel like, was St. Patrick's Day, which is ironic to celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Haiti. But I am everything. I go all colors, all songs, everything. And so for Christmas, I was at Grace Village for a lot of them because kids. I think a lot of people associate Christmas and kids together. And it's super fun to see people light up around kids. So one of my memories was at Grace Village, our director, Jean, decided, they absolutely need to have snow cones. That's like a requirement. And I, as an American, thought, maybe it is a requirement. I had no idea.
Snow cones in Haiti. All right.
Right,
Yeah.
right? Like here, to be fair, in Minnesota, we could have it anytime we wanted.
Right. Well, you want one in the backyard? I can make one for you now. Yeah.
Just no yellow snow.
Yes.
So he gets out of our big top in a Santa hat and, ready. We had these aprons made. I think that Shelly Gasick, I think she made some aprons for our staff. So he comes out in his apron and his Santa hat making snow cones. So that was super fun for our kids up at Grace Village. And then there was another time with one of the missionaries, Jake. I trusted him, which was my first step wrong. We were getting ready for Christmas, and I just had this urge. I had to have the kids wake up Christmas morning with stockings. And each of our kids, phenomenal. I love Grace Village, how each of the houses have families. And so
how many kids and how many kids per house?
So there's 66 kids, but at the time it was about 8 to 12 kids in each household out of those 4.
Yep.
And outside of their door, they have kind of a porch area. And so we hung these stockings, Santa hung these stockings, and we're tiptoeing on the rocks, just painfully, don't wear your shoes, just endure the pain, putting these stockings down, wrapping them. We get back to the missionary house, and Jake is saying, okay, well, we have to put these bikes together. And I must have misunderstood him. What do you mean put bikes together? I've never worked at Eric Bikes. I've never worked at Target even. I don't know how to put bikes together.
So Santa brought them to you fully assembled.
Yeah,
So
that's
you
what I
don't-
was hoping,
Oh, yeah.
that Santa brought them fully assembled. And he did not. They came in boxes. I think it was another missionary as well, and it was 2, 3 in the morning. I think we finished the bikes right before 6 a.m. or something. And hopefully didn't hurt anybody with our assembly process.
They didn't just completely fall apart immediately.
Well, I haven't seen the bikes at Grace Village. So.
Well, okay, so that is a true parent story of
Yes,
the night
yes.
before Christmas.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
yes,
True
yes.
parent story.
Yes.
Stay awake all night putting the dollhouse together.
All right, so tell me a little bit about the kids at Grace and how they appreciate Christmas, or kind of just a little bit about them on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. How do they celebrate?
Yeah, there's something magical about Christmas, whether you're in the States, whether you're in Haiti. But I gotta say, I think Haiti's my favorite place to celebrate Christmas because it's warm, first of all, so that is automatically better. But also just the enjoyment and fun that comes out of Christmas. There's so much time together, but there's also time where we're able to talk about the past year. A lot of Christmas is about review and excitement. A lot of people have Christmas off in Haiti, which is a big deal those last 2 weeks of the year. So that's super fun. We love to watch Christmas movies just like you would in the States, except for in the States we call Home Alone or Home Alone 2 and now Home Alone 6 or something. But it's just called Kevin in Haiti. So we watch a lot of Kevin.
The Kevin movie.
The Kevin
All right,
movie,
all right.
exactly. So a lot of that. The food is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
I think Haiti absolutely always takes it on presentation. Their food is presented in the best way possible. So we do a lot of that. Games, of course. And just really a big thing is our staff and our kids get to be together. So that's super fun on Christmas.
So you are not going to be in Haiti for Christmas this year. None of us are. What do you want to say to the kids at Grace?
Oh my goodness. This is tough. I miss Haiti for Christmas, for New Year's. New Year's is when you get all your ice cream. Everybody goes out for ice cream, so I'll miss that too. But here's what I would say to the kids and staff in Haiti is that I miss you guys so much. And as soon as we can go back, so many of us will be back tenfold. And we got a lot to make up for. So I hope you enjoy watching Kevin, enjoy the yummy food, spend time together. I'm excited. We've got the World Cup going on right now and so many fun things happening. I just hope that you enjoy that time together and get ready for lots of hugs, lots of kisses when we get back because we'll be there very soon.
Thanks, Elisa. Thanks, Therese. Yeah. We'll be on with the next story after this.
Christmas time in Haiti is just really a special time for so many reasons. I think one of them is that life here is a little tougher, and when you make it to December, it's kind of a collective sigh as a country December signifies a month of celebration, and it signifies end of the year parties, signifies Christmas. It signifies that you made it to the end of the year and you get to celebrate all that you've accomplished and all that's to come. On top of it, whereas the rest of the world also celebrates Christmas and New Year's in that time frame, Haiti also gets to celebrate their independence. And so it's just kind of a fun, festive week and couple weeks where the country is getting to celebrate multiple things. The turn of the new year, Christmas, and then their independence as well. So traditionally, it's not like America, where you put, presents under a tree, and those kind of more material aspects that we're used to in America. It's a lot more heavily focused on community and time spent with those you love, and parties, end of the year parties, Christmas parties, and to top it off, then January 1st, it's a very big tradition that you all make soup joumou, which is like pumpkin soup, and it is what the French colonizers would eat and keep from the Haitians, and so it's a significant meal to eat, and they make it and eat it to signify their freedom and to signify their independence and their pride that they have in the country. A lot of holidays, or a lot of the Christmas season is spent reflecting on your family, or you're talking with staff and going over kind of some of their traditions. A big one is church. Christmas Eve is a big church day, and also kind of a bigger day to celebrate Christmas than Christmas itself. A lot of parties happen on the 24th and kind of go into the 25th to celebrate Christmas, and then Christmas Day is sometimes celebrated at church again. Sometimes it's just your immediate family and more of a day of relaxation and rest. And so a lot of meals that get prepared are goat and fish, and sometimes like cheesy macaroni meal, cheesy macaroni, which they call gratiné. It's just a time to kind of pool your resources together and make a meal that's special and share it with your family. Pretty much any special occasion in Haiti is a good excuse to do fireworks. Whereas in America, we usually do fireworks on July 4th. In Haiti, if you can get your hands on some fireworks for any celebration, it's worthwhile. So I had bought some fireworks that I wanted to set off at the end of the night with the staff, and I was like, I'll do the first one, and then we'll have the rest of the staff light some off. And the pavilion area in the Fleri it's a covered area, but there is an open area that I had put the fireworks on so that it would go up into the sky. The problem was that it was on gravel, and so when the first shot went off, it tipped over, and there was this moment where I just looked at my feet, and it was totally sideways after shooting the first one off, and in about 3 seconds, the next one went off and shot straight forward, and the actual fireworks box itself went flying back underneath the pavilion, and then proceeded to have about 15 shots go off all under the pavilion. So it was just fireworks everywhere, mass chaos, mass panic on my part, because I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just do? And you can't catch it or stop it. And then the last one went off, and kind of like the smoke slowly dissipated, and just like cheers erupted, and everyone's like, yes! And I'm like, is everyone okay? So never did the rounds. Everyone was fine. There was no injuries. Everything was good. But it was just kind of a really funny moment. And then my assistant manager came up next to me, who I had been training up, and he goes, boss, maybe I'll do the rest of it. And I was like, yeah, good call. And it was just, I was just so thankful that we were all able to enjoy the time together, and that nobody got hurt, and that it was actually a pretty cool experience to see fireworks go off 10 feet from your face.
Next, we're going to hear a beautiful Christmas message from our Director of Development, Bryan McInnis. Thanks for listening. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Christmas is simultaneously one of the most beloved and unrelatable holidays on our calendar. We stare bright-eyed at homes carefully draped with countless strands of lights. We salivate over trays of Christmas cookies cut perfectly into shapes of snowmen, reindeer, and Christmas trees. We carefully pick out the perfect gift for our kid, parent, or best friend, and we gather together beside flickering fireplaces singing those timeless carols. These are the moments many of us look forward to as we count down the days until it's Christmas. But as special as these cherished moments are, they can easily lead us light years away from the heart of the day and the person Christmas is meant to celebrate. That's because the Christmas story, for so many of us, is profoundly difficult to relate to. Christmas is the story of a couple almost certainly written off by the religious authorities, forced to traverse across a harsh and rocky landscape on the backs of mules or, most likely, simply walking. For 9 months pregnant Mary, the journey would have proved especially perilous. But her and Joseph were forced to make the journey at the order of the Roman authorities who had brutally occupied their homeland for the previous 60 years. By the time the couple reached Bethlehem, there was no lodging available. This may have simply been due to a lack of available space, or perhaps more likely because word had traveled with the couple to Bethlehem that Mary's pregnancy had preceded her and Joseph's marriage, heaping scandal onto the couple and excluding them from experiencing the hospitality they otherwise might have received. And so this exhausted and ostracized couple settle in among animals, using their body heat to keep them warm. And in that less than ideal place, Mary went into labor. No epidural, no reclining hospital bed, and no trained doctors monitoring her progress. Amid the animal noises and the animal smells, a child is born. A son who would expend every moment of his life seeking to save the lost. The familiarity of this story can easily blind us to just how impossible the circumstances surrounding Jesus' birth really were. Let's be honest, we can't easily relate. But you know who can? The people of Haiti. Throughout this year, Haitian gangs have terrorized the most vulnerable, killing over 1,000 fellow Haitians during just the first months of the year alone. This surge in violence has disrupted transportation routes and cut off fuel supplies, so that today, over 4.7 million Haitians, about half the population of the country, are suffering from acute hunger. All the while, cholera has begun spreading throughout these malnourished and disheartened communities. As Christmas begins to dawn on the ravaged, cut off, and gang-controlled Caribbean nation, Haitians will hear the story of Jesus' birth and recognize that if God can wield redemption from a broken stable in a sleepy village, he can certainly restore their nation. This Christmas, we have the opportunity to experience the gravity of the redemption story as seen through the eyes of those who know seemingly hopeless circumstances. And this Christmas, we also have the opportunity to serve as tools of Haiti's redemption, just as Joseph and Mary were used by God to redeem creation. And we take advantage of this opportunity practically by ensuring that the 140-plus Healing Haiti staff can continue to offer the tangible hope of Jesus to those most affected by Haiti's devastating situation. The story of Jesus is a story for all of humanity. But for the people of Haiti, this year especially, the suffering servant, as Isaiah 53 refers to him, Jesus, is truly a savior, friend, and source of hope. Let us serve as a tangible reminder of that hope. Merry Christmas from all of us at Healing Haiti.
To learn more about the ongoing work of Healing Haiti, follow us on Instagram and Facebook, or visit us at healinghaiti.org.